Hey everybody, welcome to Happy Friday, to Paranormal Question of the Day. Be right back, right after the intro. And I'm back. So I hope everybody's having a great Friday and getting all the stuff you want to get done, get ready for the weekend and all that stuff. I know my weekend's going to be full of working in the garden, trying to get that stuff all straightened out and get all the plants planted for the rest of the year. Other than that, I don't know. Not really a whole lot going on. So kind of wait for people to pop on in, and yeah, and Taryn will show up sometime soon. I got delayed, but it's okay. Um, anyway, so today's paranormal question of the day is this. So, can a spirit be reborn through a living vessel? That is the paranormal question of the day. Hope you all can have a little fun with this one. Just use your imagination or um, all right. Hey Laura, how you doing? Just got a break from work for a little bit. Thank you for joining me today. So today's paranormal question of the day is: can a spirit be reborn through a living vessel? So what I'm kind of mean by being reborn, it kind of can be. Hold on here. If you could choose to be anything, can come back as. What would you? What would you be? I don't know. I might want to be an animal. We'll give that a shot once. Hey, Lori, how you doing? I kind of want to be an animal. I think it'd be kind of cool. Like, be like a tiger or something. Or a cheetah. Run about as fast as you can. Climb trees. Just living your best life and not worrying about anything. Yeah, that sounds about good. Or a cat. I mean, I got 3 cats. Why not just be a cat? You want to be a sloth. Okay, why is that? Why would you want to be a sloth? They're so chill, move slow, and sleep a lot. Maybe that's what I am right now. I mean, I sleep a lot too. I slept a lot yesterday, that's for sure. Yes, their stress level is nil. Is right. Now yesterday I felt like crap. I on Wednesday I went and had my booster shot for my COVID, just because my daughter has to get one for college and stuff. And yesterday I slept all day. Oh yeah, absolutely. I think so too. They have past life. She's a gamer. Maybe she wants to be slow down. Oh, so she wants to slow down. Yeah, true. Yeah, like deja vu. Yeah, absolutely. I've had a lot of occurrences with deja vu. we've talked about earlier on this week on Monday about past lives, and like I said, I mean, mine was through a psychic medium, and basically she just boom just told me like, yeah, you were a knight way back then in medieval times, and I was killed from behind. So that was my past life, but I have to have a true past life regression. Yeah, you work full time job, gamer, wife, dog mom, yep, stepmom. Oh boy. Yeah. I want to live on a beach and have a cabana. A cabana. That's a good dream. That's a good dream to live on a beach and have a cabana, boy, huh? Yeah, yeah. I guess I can do that. Yeah, have a cabana girl or something like that. I don't know. Beach, yes, I would love to live on a beach. It's got to be a clean beach. It's got to be a big beach, and you know, no sharks, dolphins. It's your final bucket list. That's funny. That's funny. Oh man, what do you think, Lori? What do you think? Can a spirit be can a spirit be reborn through a living vessel? That is the question today. That's funny. It's been a while on Friday, you know. Pardon me, got some crap by here. But definitely getting the swing of things. I'm waiting to hear back about my cat's evaluation and that sort of thing. But other than that, it's gonna be a slow weekend. There you go. 2 days off. And sure they can. Yep. Yeah, I hear you. Oh, jeez. It fell off the new scooter. That's not good. You're supposed to ride that thing, not fall off it. Now, be honest. Did you have a few drinks before you got on there? Oh, don't take it to heart too much. If you're just learning how to use a scooter, you'll be fine. It's just like riding a bike. At least I think. I'm looking forward to first ghost hunt. Oh, there you go. Yep, that's next this Saturday, ain't it? Oops. No drinks. 20 years. Yeah. Yeah, 20 years. That sounds about right. Okay, Class M license. All right. Very cool. Yeah, Lori, you gotta be excited. Absolutely. Especially with doing with the good guys, with Mike and Nathan, and get to see Bill. I'm hoping to see Bill sometime in September. We'll see. That's my goal, is to get down there in September sometime. But I'm already going to Iowa late October, so that'll be fun. That's sexy voice. That's funny. That's funny. Oh man, I shouldn't have took a nap before I started. My eyes are watery. Um, yeah, you'll have a good time. They'll teach you a lot of stuff. You know a lot about the stuff already, what we use. So I think you could easily just slide right in, take that DOS from, or that DAS from uh, Nate and say, I'm going to use this for a few hours. It'd be funny to see the look on his face and you take it. But I think you like the REM pod, um, the cat balls and stuff like that. Bam! Oh, yes. I miss everybody. Always miss everybody. Oh, man, that's funny. Oh, man, you're going to get me all red in the face, And it's going to show up good, too, with this white stash I have here. How was that Taco Bell you had last night? Taco Bell and video games. Sounds like a good combination. I'm sorry, PC games. Sorry. Yeah, sometimes it can be good. Sometimes it kind of turns the stomach a little bit, depending on, I guess, who's cooking it. But well, yeah, I can imagine that. I mean, you work 12-hour days, I think, don't you? I think you do. Work 12-hour days. Yeah, I'd be tired too. I remember back in the day when I was young, I used to work 12-hour days. True, true. Oh, man, true. Cheese does it to me every time. 45 minutes, bam, right in the bathroom. Lori, I do believe they could come back as anything. I think if we were talking about back before, if you're an asshole in life, I think you come back as something nasty, and spirits can be that way. I mean, that's nuts, Laura. Um, but yeah, I think they most definitely can. If you're a good soul in life, I think you come back and do a lot of help with others, and be a good spirit and guide people as being a spirit guide. And now if like I said, if you're like I said before, if you're nasty as a person in life and you come back as a nasty spirit, well then, yeah, you can cause some chaos. But it depends. I mean, look at what's a good example? Hey Tammy, how you doing? Welcome to the show. This is the question today, which is, can a spirit be reborn through a living soul, living vessel? Sorry. Um, and so the good example here is if anybody's watching Stranger Things, okay. First off, before I go any further, I gotta know if anybody watches Stranger Things, if you care about that show or not. Because I don't want to give anything away if you guys are watching it. Tammy saying hi to Laura. So, kind of waiting to see if anyone's watching it right now. I just actually finished watching it on vacation, and let me tell you, it's excellent. You don't have time to watch shows. Come on now, what kind of crap is that? I'm just kidding. Maybe put the video game stuff off to the side and start watching something. No, just kidding. Just kidding. Gotta give you a hard time. But, no, keep on watching. Keep on watching. I watched. Okay. There's no brew. Yep, and that makes sense. A lot of us, don't go out and about and stuff. I don't have time for myself. Okay, so to answer Lori's question about if you come back as anything, so in this show they talk about this. There's this guy, and he's got all these special powers and this and that, and so they went to the underside or the underworld, if you want to call it, and this other lady saw this guy's life and what he was and how he became to what he had become. And the one thing that he gravitated to was spiders. Okay. So now that, throughout the show, this guy that had all these powers got pushed off to another dimension, and he came back basically as a spider because that's what he liked when he was a boy. So if there's things that you desire that you like in life, like you like your cat or you like your dog and stuff like that, most certainly I think you could come back as those animals and be like that. Hi.
Hello. I apologize for my lateness. However, I have an excuse, and I'm sorry if you guys are like all into this.
Oh, that's right.
I apologize. Hi, everybody. Laura, Tammy, Lori. I don't know who else was here, so I just want to say
Tammy, Laura, and Lori so far.
okay, cool. Hi, ladies. So I had a headache. I'm still in last night's makeup. I saw New Kids on the Block last night, an hour and a half away from my house, so I didn't get into like 1:30. It was just a mess. But here I am.
Wow.
Sorry.
Oh, that's fine. Is that who you saw 2 weeks ago too, or is that somebody
Yes.
else?
Nope. I saw New Kids on the Block last week.
Oh, is it okay? So are they just touring the East Coast right now?
They're all over. They're going to Hawaii by the end of the month, but
Oh, really?
yeah, they're everywhere. They're going to be in Hershey, PA, the 21st. I was trying to go to that too because I'm a psycho. Anyway, go ahead.
Did they give away Hershey bars?
If New Kids on the Block gave away, the only way I would take one is if they put it on their body and I could eat it off of them. Okay.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
This is awesome. Thank you, Lori. Okay, go ahead.
So anyway, here, let me get my screens full screen here because you get the comments. Anyway, so the question today is, can a spirit be reborn through a living vessel? Now, they all wanted to know about if they come back as a person, come back as an animal, and stuff like that. And I think it's both. And then we also talked back in Monday, if you're an asshole in life, you can come back as something nasty. And if you're a good person, you could come back as like a spirit guide for somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
But wouldn't you say that this is kind of like reincarnation? Since you have
it
your
can be like reincarnation, but I was gonna give a little bit of a twist. What if what if the person is possessed? So what kind of spirit could come through them through a living vessel if they are possessed? Now, could it be a different type of like unique spirit, like or an animal that's you know just deranged and stuff? You know what I mean? I always kind of wondered that if they're possessed, what if the actual spirit can come out of them like alien? You know what I mean?
I think that's far fetched. I mean, I never saw it, but I hear everybody talk about it. Rosemary's Baby.
Oh, that one. That's
Is that what you mean? Is that kind of like what you're saying?
no. Well, like I meant about alien, where that the vessel it would like come straight out of your body and turn into something else. That's what the possession part of it. Rosemary's Baby. That was more of she was going to give birth to the baby, and the baby was actually the devil itself.
Right?
That's kind of.
Isn't that what you're?
But in a way, that's yeah. I guess I could go through with that one. Yeah, because there again, she's giving birth to a devil baby. They're all worshiping the baby, right? So, but that's one of the things I was going to add in there. I was waiting for it to come on to add in the twist of being possessed. So,
I don't. I don't know. I honestly don't know how to answer that. To be honest with you, I don't think so. Although my mom might disagree,
hmm
but my mother would disagree. Are you catching on to that joke?
hmm
No, you're not.
do I want to know?
Because she would say that I'm possessed. She would think I'm a demon. She would like thinks I'm
Oh,
nuts.
seeing you're a demon.
Yeah, I'm saying my mom would disagree.
Well, yeah,
Look, do you see what I did?
yeah. I saw what you did. I saw
Can I
what you
start
got on
wearing
there.
my paranormal brew hat because you got your
Yeah, I gotta have mine on. She gave this to me, and I didn't think she was ever gonna do that.
That's cute.
So now she's gonna get one of her own. So we're gonna wear them on the investigations when it's cool out. And I got someplace that's got air conditioning, which I know Lori. She's gonna have air conditioning at the museum soon. So get back there and do that stuff. But what would you come back as?
What
Would you?
would I come?
Yeah, would you come back as a different person? Would you come back as like a superhero? Or would you want to come back as an animal?
Not an animal. People are too cruel to animals. I wouldn't want to come back as an animal. Um, I don't know. That's a good question.
Because you don't watch Stranger Things, so
I'm going to start because that is now like you're the 14th person that has asked me in the last 2 weeks if I watch Stranger Things. So I have to watch. I guess I have to watch.
okay. So I won't bring it up earlier. So you can't watch beforehand of this cast because I was mentioning something about Stranger Things.
Yeah. So definitely.
No
Um,
spoilers.
Lori said, I think she meant air or he or air. It's not till August 3rd.
Okay, okay. Hey, that's soon enough though.
Yeah, that's right
But
around.
not soon enough for you though, Lori. That was hot. We investigated it. It was hot.
Oh, is this where you were the other night?
This is where we were on the
The
fifth.
dentist office or the doctor's
Yeah,
office?
yep. That's at the museum.
Did you tell Lori about how Facebook was trying to, or CBS Live was trying to?
I think I mentioned it. I might have not. I know Nate and Mike know about it. I believe.
Oh,
I
I
told
thought
them.
it. I thought it. I don't know, whatever. I never got. I think it was somebody that.
I think they're messing.
Well, we didn't get a notification. Nobody
Yeah.
got any notifications about it.
Yeah. I don't. I mean, I'm not worried too much about it because I know what we know and it's my own content. So,
Right. That's what I said. I said, as a matter of fact, you're infringing on our
right.
our
Right.
video.
Yeah. I mean, I've gone through that. I've gone through the digital voice course session already through that. And there's no music whatsoever. There's nothing about TV or anything like that.
It's so ridiculous.
Yeah. And that's the thing too. Did you hear about that Facebook and YouTube is getting hammered big time for copyright infringements because the government's going after them. The government is sticking their hand inside of it. So,
Well, see, this is what's happening, though. It's getting more and more and more and more difficult to do anything. And watch, people are going to stop doing lives.
yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think they're gonna stop doing lives. I mean, it's and
Well, how
it's
frustrating is
nothing.
it?
It's nothing to do like it's nothing to do like with Washington or anything like that. It's certain people that are in different states that are pushing for copyright stuff.
Right.
And the thing is because I use internet TV, so it's called an IPTV service that I use, and I pay was it $25 a month,
What are you
and I
talking
get
about? You're like your cable?
yeah,
Okay.
I pay $25 a month and I get everything.
How the fuck do you do? I want that.
Yeah. Well, it's they're calling it a gray area. Okay. And when it comes to a gray area with the IPTV services versus cable and all that stuff, so if like okay, if you're watching Sling, right? They get all those channels of Sling. Well, Sling is piggybacking off of somebody like DirecTV or Dish Network or some kind of cable to get their feeds, right?
Yeah.
That's the same thing with this is, but this is getting all the feeds from everywhere.
Yeah, but then that's what I'm saying. Like every time
Yeah.
you turn around, something's copyrighted. People are going to be like, "What the fuck? I don't even. We did. You did nothing wrong.
No,
There was no copyright in there."
no. And I actually did not even throw in a intro. Usually I
Right.
put on an intro, and that night my brain was scatterbrained because I had too much stuff I wanted to do. It's like, do I want to go here? Do I want to go there? What do I do? And I was like, and I forget my damn intro. so,
Yeah, but
so
but that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, the more because once you get so many uh marks on your pages or YouTube or stuff, then they make it so that and I'm not for this. I'm not about monetizing, but once you get so many, you can't monetize anything.
yeah. Well, see, I think it'd be all right if we get monetized because then YouTube pays you.
Yeah, but
You
they're
know,
not. But if you keep on getting copyrights, people
if you
aren't
get
going
keep,
to do it,
yeah. But the thing is, so with
and that's probably their excuse to not pay
well,
people.
that is, it can be their excuse, yeah. Because I know there's a lot of people like, okay, so TikTok, all right. People get like, was it 200, 300,000 followers? TikTok starts paying them. They get monetized. They get paid. It's the same thing for Instagram. You get so many followers, they start paying you for your content. You know, and YouTube, it's if you're 200 plus. Well, no, I shouldn't say 200 plus. I got a buddy of mine that he's 30,000 or plus. Yeah, 30,000 plus followers. He's getting paid. He's doing it full time. He's getting paid.
Right. I was going to say 200. I'm at three something. I don't know how many, but three something, and I'm not getting paid.
Yeah. I just got 1,000 on TikTok, so I can start going live on there.
I have 40 more follows.
And you wonder how many of those are bots that are actually following you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah. So, yeah, eventually I'll go live on there and start promoting all the stuff and doing it myself instead of. Sometimes I like doing the videos. I've been posting all my videos from the museum. Laura's seen all that stuff already. So, I make it a little fun for people.
Hmm.
But
I would want to come back as the owner of Facebook.
I guess you know what? I don't think you can call it Facebook no more. Is it Meta?
I don't give a I'm calling it Facebook. I don't care what you I can say whatever I
Meta,
want.
Facebook, whatever. Uh,
But that's what I would come back as. And guess what? Everybody would be free to post whatever the fuck they want.
yeah,
Sorry for my language.
got the
But
parental advisory. We are fine.
everybody, people would be able to look at me. I look like a hillbilly. No offense. See, you meant to say that. But I will come back as somebody that owns all that stuff, so that I can make sure that people have free speech.
Yeah, I mean it
Because
is getting out of hand, but at some point, I think in the next few years, I think things are going to change. I think that you know that stuff will kind of start going away. It's just all depends if you get the right people out of office. I mean, out of the
yeah,
not
you're right.
Washington, but out of other states that bring this crap up to throw it into a bill into Congress. That's what has to happen. They have to get rid of those people because it's why should they worry about stuff like this when they got bigger problems on hand that they need to worry about? I
It
think they
seems
don't know how
like
to prioritize their stuff sometimes.
well, it's not just. I mean, it's with everything. They don't. I mean, we need look at our gas prices, right? We need oil, but yet Biden just sent over like 50 million gallons of oil to China, or however many how much it was. I don't
I
even
don't
know.
know. I don't
And
pay attention to that.
yeah, see, and that's the problem. Not you, but I'm just saying, like people don't see that stuff. They only report what Trump is doing and not doing. You know what I mean? Like
Mm.
nobody listens to how bad the others what they're doing to this country. You know, and freedom of speech is one of them. Nobody's allowed to say anything anymore.
Yeah,
So
I
the
get you.
copyrights that are coming in, like it's left and right, and some of it's bullshit, like what happened with you.
Yeah.
I was so
Well,
mad.
I mean, we'll see what happens on the next time I go live if something happens. And the thing is you know what? I might end up getting one on the next one because if I head down to Broadhead, he likes a full blast his music to get the while up the spirits and stuff because that's the routine. There again, you'll hear the music in the background, and I might get flagged for that, but we'll see. We'll
Well,
see.
just say I don't own the rights to the music.
Yeah. So, but anyhow,
Yeah,
so
I
you
feel
would come back as a Facebook owner.
like
Okay.
I will come back as somebody that could make make a worldly difference for the better.
Yeah.
However that would how whoever or however that would be.
Yeah. So you'd be kind of like a spirit guide in a way.
Yeah, maybe I would
Yeah.
come back. I would just be like somebody that could fix the major problems in the world.
Well, that'd be all right.
I'd come
Um,
back as me because I would just come back as me.
yeah. I come back. I had stated before I would come back as like a tiger or a cheetah
Why?
because you could run fast. You could jump pretty good.
Come back as a Olympic athlete.
I had my chance of that. I got fat and I can't run that fast anymore.
You're old fat, Darren. Shut up.
Fat, old, and gray. Yeah.
No, no, no. The gray is good. Women like gray beards.
But I don't know. In fact, if I came back, I wish I number one. I was always going to pick on myself. Definitely, if I came back with two good eyes, that I said I would come back as a baseball player.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. That's my favorite sport next to wrestling.
I would definitely come back. I would want, however I came back, I would want to have all the same people in my life.
Mm-hmm.
The good people.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I'd want to come back as something else or somebody else because I love the people that are in my circle now.
Hmm.
Uh, I
Hey,
do.
there's no yawning on live video.
I don't want to come back as New Kids on the Block road manager.
There you go. There you go. Well, see, my wife would be jealous with you right now because she loves New Kids on the Block.
She does,
Oh yeah, she's a big New Kids on the Block.
and you need to buy her tickets to go see them.
She'd be comfortable just watching on TV.
Oh no, they're awesome live.
I there's a lot of things that I would like. Baseball is, I think baseball is a lot more better on TV than it is in person sometimes because then you can at least get up and go to the bathroom and not fight a crowd.
I love going to Phillies games. I much
But,
rather go to a game than watch it on TV.
I mean, it's been like a few years since I've been to a Brewers game, but you know, sometimes it can be fun. The last time I was there, I think it was with my brother. Yeah, we went there and we actually did like the fist pumps with the owner of the ballpark or organization.
Hmm.
He was just standing right there because at the end, because the Brewers won at the last second when they was it the 10th inning or 11th inning? Yeah, last at bats. They ended up winning on a home run, and he was just standing there. He's like, yeah, fist pumped him. That was pretty cool. Never got to see that guy in real life except for on TV. So
Yeah,
he's a little guy.
I feel like this can a spirit be reborn through a living vessel. I mean, I just think that would be kind of reincarnation, is what I
Yeah,
think.
it can be reincarnation. It's basically I mean I put it as kind of however you want to do with it. I mean, have a little fun with it, type deal, and it's gonna like I said I put a twist if you're possessed. What would come out of it if you were possessed? If you come out as like
You're saying if the mom that has the baby is possessed?
no, the mom wasn't possessed. I'm just saying
Oh,
if you were possessed and a spirit came through you as a living vessel,
I'm
that would
confused.
you change into that spirit and become that spirit?
I'm confused.
Yeah. So okay, if you're possessed and that
Okay,
spirit
wait. So
comes,
you're being who? A living person?
yeah, you are the living
Okay,
person,
so here I am. I'm possessed.
and you're possessed, and something and it comes and that spirit is being reborn. Okay, it's like whatever demon it is that's
So it
inside of you.
comes into me,
It
and
comes
then
into you and being reborn, and then you come out as basically somebody else different. That's the twist with the possession part of it. You
yeah, but
know?
I don't think that can happen. You know why? Because giving birth is of God.
Yeah.
Like that's something that is like, it's a I want.
Hey, Tom.
Thank you, Tom, for catching that on. I went like this. But I think like childbirth and I mean that's supposed to be something like for I mean sex is supposed to be for some religions, procreation only. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So it comes, that's of God, is what I'm saying. So I don't think anything negative or evil or demonic can enter a child in the belly or a spirit, or a spirit waiting to be reborn. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Because when you're born, you're you have you're coming of God. Do you see what I'm saying? Does anybody else understand, or do I have to keep explaining this?
Well, okay, so look at Amityville. Okay, now we're talking about possession, the possession too, where the brother, okay, becomes possessed, and all of a sudden now he is actually the brother has pretty much left his body, and now that he has become something else, and he's more of a demon than anything else that's living through that guy's body. So that's kind of take that in context with that. So now he's a dangerous to everybody in that family, and he ends up going to sitting in a jail cell where a priest has to come in and try and take this spirit out of his body to get his own body back. See where I'm going with that one? So his physical form did not change. His mental form changed. His well being changed. But him physically did not. So
Lori, Lori says possession would give it too up too good. I feel like that's like a typo somewhere. There's missing a word, or maybe because I don't understand that. Um, but I don't think being a spirit waiting to be reborn in that moment, a demon can come and possess the spirit waiting to be reborn. Because, for lack of a better description, I feel like spirit that's waiting to be born or whatever is, I guess, waiting in a better place, heaven, whatever you want to call it, waiting to be reborn.
mhm.
Good overpowers evil. Correct. That's what I think. Like, there's no way it could like, I don't think it could happen that way. It would have to be like maybe the mother's possessed and she's pregnant. Could that happen? A mother being pregnant and she's possessed and then has a baby. Could that spirit then pass through
And that's where you get the omen.
the omen? Right. Well, that's what
And
I, like, maybe that could happen. I don't know.
yeah, yeah, true. I mean, it's you just don't know in these worlds that that there could be something out there that like I watch a lot of the Nostradamus stuff,
I
and
can't watch that shit. How do you watch that shit? I wouldn't sleep. I don't sleep as it is, and I definitely wouldn't sleep if I watched that.
it just goes in one ear out the other.
Happening.
But I find it interesting, and they talk about end times and stuff like that, and then they talk about the third Antichrist is said to be alive and well and forming his army. So, and you start thinking about that stuff, and then you think about, okay, so who is this person? How evil are they? Are they like the Omen? Is that what it is that could be running this army? Know what I'm saying?
No. Doesn't it
So,
say that? Doesn't it say that they're going to be loved by all?
um,
Yeah, it says that. Well, the Bible anyway says that the antichrist. You're talking about the antichrist.
yeah, we're talking about the Antichrist because
Yeah.
there's been already two. Now the third one is
Well,
around
who's
because the
who's
other two
one
are
and
dead.
who was
Huh?
1 and 2?
Well, I don't like to mention them on here because
Why?
I might upset people. Um, you had,
Oh, Hitler.
yeah,
Hitler, they said, was one, but I don't
I
know.
think Stalin was the other. I think. I can't remember who the first one was. But yes, Hitler was one of them.
Is what people believe because of what he did was
So cruel. Yeah.
so horrible,
Right.
But he
I
did.
just don't like, mention some of that stuff because I don't want to tick people off.
Well,
You
people
know what I
should get
mean?
upset because I mean it's a part of our history and it did happen,
It, it is. It
and
is.
he was
But
a very evil person, and he should rot in hell for like.
I wonder if okay, Hitler was the first one. You think maybe Saddam Hussein was the second one?
Mm-mm.
Okay. And then you got Bin Laden. And it's we got Stalin. Who
What
else
was
we
the
got?
guy? Who was the guy? The African guy. He to me is similar to Hitler. What he did, he was a dictator. I want to say he was African, but I don't think he was African. I don't. I can't remember where he was from. He maybe he's from like Zimbabwe or something like that. What was the
I don't
name of
know.
that guy? He killed like viciously murdered a large amount of his own people, like Hitler did. You know, like
Hmm.
he um
The guy from South Korea, is it? I
I
could
can't,
never say his name. Kim something.
Kim Jong Ju or whatever. Kim Jong
Yeah,
Il.
yeah.
Yeah.
He killed his own family members,
No, no.
but
Uh,
he's I don't know.
I can't remember.
It'd be interesting to see who is the third Antichrist. You know what I'm saying? And is it going to be revealed within the next 5 years?
But see, this is all speculation.
It is all speculation. I
We don't
mean,
even know if there was a one. We don't even know if there was a one. Although I agree, like what Hitler did was,
yeah, it's horrible, awful. Yeah,
but
there's no
we
going
don't
back
even
on
know
that
if
one.
that was considered because apparently isn't the Antichrist supposed to not just one? But I feel like the Antichrist is supposed to like take out multiple people, not just one part. You know what I mean? Not just one
No,
part.
yeah, he's supposed to take over all. Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Well, look at Putin. Look at
yeah,
what Putin's doing. I mean, he dropped bombs that literally took the breath out of everybody's lungs, and they were all citizens. There weren't
yeah,
any soldiers there. He killed all those people.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
But
it's
look at
you
what
got
he's
there's a
doing.
lot of sick people out in the world that just find that stuff humorous. So
I think. Oh, I'm not going to say it.
no, no, let's not get the channel banned. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's like I said. I mean, trying to put the Antichrist into this, you know, a spirit coming through a living vessel. I mean, is he actually came through a living vessel, like you're saying, being, mother being
Abidi
possessed?
Amin.
Huh?
Abidi Amin. Abidi Amin. What's
Yeah,
his, you know what I'm talking about? I think that's it. Abidi Amin.
mini me,
No. Did you say mini me? You saying it's a mini me?
a mini me,
Abidi-
or he gets some minions. But minions are fun.
Oh, wait a minute.
I don't know. Like I said. This question can go in many different directions. How you want to look at it. I just thought it'd be fun to put a possession twist on it too. I know I should have stated that earlier, but I wanted to see where people were at before I threw that in as a twist. So, but other than that, I mean, eh, it was
Hold
a
on.
question.
Huh?
I said it was a question. If I lost anybody,
Hold on. I'm looking. Wait a minute.
so you got anything fun this weekend besides new
Me?
kids? Yeah,
This weekend I'm supposed to be working, but I don't know if I will be. But I'm supposed to be.
yeah, yeah. I was thinking. There's a lot of
You. Oh, here he is.
okay.
All right. He was a cannibal. First of all,
Hmm.
like I said, he's the closest thing to Hitler that I can compare to. But he was Uganda. He ruled Uganda, and he was and he was a murderous cannibal. Hold on. There was a movie about him. He,
Hmm. I don't know. I don't know what
that's
movie. Yeah, I see it.
I was trying to give you his name.
It
So
looks mean.
oh, you should. That's who I need. Yeah. So he Why do they have a crossword puzzle about him?
Trying to figure him out. That's why they got a crossword puzzle to figure him out.
Like, who does a crossword puzzle about that guy?
Who knows? Who knows?
So he was
Oh,
the third president of Uganda from 1971 to 1979. 8 years.
mhm.
Um, God,
So he had to come through a possessed mother or something to
something was wrong with that dude.
see.
Um,
There you go. You got the guy being reborn is into a nasty leader.
300 civilians were massacred. His expulsion of all Indian and Pakistan citizens, 1972, along with increasing military expenditures, brought about the country's economic decline, the impact which lasted in decades. In 1979, his reign of terror came to an end as Uganda exiles and Tanzanians took control of the capital of Kampala, forcing Amin to flee, never brought to justice for his heinous crimes. Amin lived out the remainder of his life in Saudi Arabia, which I can't believe he was never. I can't. Idi
Yeah.
Amin. Idi. Idiamin.
Okay.
All right. Sorry. I just wanted to.
No, no, that's fine. That's fine. Um, and it can tie into this question. And there's an example. It could be a possessed mother that reborn this evil leader, and that's came through the living vessel.
Maybe the mother's. I mean, you got to look at how was he raised. Even maybe the mom
Yeah.
was. Maybe somebody was evilly possessed or evil.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we always say, people like this are sociopaths, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we also don't question if people say that, there's people that see things and hear things and, are afraid. And there are doctors that say, well, he's a paranoid schizophrenic. Is he?
Mm-hmm.
Is he really? Or are they really seeing these things and hearing these things?
Right. Right. I mean, it could be lots of brainwashing and all that stuff going on too. I mean, and brainwashing is really simple to do to somebody. You're not even realizing that you're being brainwashed. Sometimes, sometimes you could catch on real fast that hey, this isn't right. But some people just
Well, I don't know how
mosey
you
on
would
in.
think that was right, you know? I mean,
Yeah,
I think by the time you're 7 years old, you know the difference between right and wrong.
absolutely. I think, yeah, very true.
Oh, this is true, Lori.
Mm-hmm.
Ed Gene's mother.
Yep. She's a nutcase. Uh, we went through a bunch of that, didn't we, Laurie?
Mother.
In fact, did you watch any of the videos yet? That I was in the jail cell one? Were you part of that one? On
You
the
talking to me?
live?
You talking to me?
Yeah,
Which one?
the when I was in the jail cell.
That same night?
Yeah, did you watch that one yet?
No.
See, I think the way how things played out, and Lori can chime in on this too if she wants to. Uh, I was I held his knife, okay, his shanky knife that he used to kill this lady with, and I held it one of his
Well, who's he?
Ed.
Okay.
So I got to hold the knife and then held one of his guns. Okay, so he's got rifles in that case there that you can hold. And Lori probably can contest to this that at some point in time in that jail cell, I was different.
Hmm.
I my personality changed a little bit, I think, and
And you're too big to be. You're too big to be like, you could overpower anybody,
I
female wise. You know what I mean?
yeah, and it's like I found myself antagonizing and really trying to bring out Augusta a lot in the jail cell.
And that's
I don't
something you normally wouldn't do.
normally I don't do that, but I felt when I was holding the knife, I felt something in the back of my throat, like my throat was started to close up a little bit. So I put the knife down and I started feeling a little bit better. See, it happened to Mike and Nate. So I got at.
You think that that's a psychological thing, like subconsciously, like in your
I don't
mind?
know. I think something kind of overtook me a little bit. Even though as you could see in the video when I say when I was like talking to Cynthia, I was like, at one point she was saying that Ed was playing games, playing games with me, and I said, well, what game do you want to play? And I kind of started getting a little stern. I was starting to get agitated in that jail cell. So I think, and I probably didn't even realize it myself, that I think I changed character a little bit sitting in that cell. Because I was trying to be one in the cell, getting the feeling of being locked up in a cell, and trying to get answers. Yeah, see? So, yeah, Cynthia felt it. So, there's a lot of things that I just I don't normally do what I did there. And Cynthia told me, it's just like, of all the times I've been investigating with you, you never got aggressive like you did. You got aggressive that night. And I'm like, yeah.
I mean,
Well,
I definitely think that certain places can.
hearing something?
Something binging over at your place, like going bing, bing.
Mm-mm. I'm banging on my desk there.
Like I definitely think that like a place can because when me and the Peaches we investigated what the hell was that the last place we were at, I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but
Mm-hmm.
uh we definitely like the dynamic between us was so different, like, and we've never felt that before. So
Oh, that last old house you were at?
yeah, with the Peaches, like all of us girls, yeah,
Okay.
like we were all different towards each other. It wasn't like, and it was. I mean, we were kind of like nitpicking on each other, um, and kind of like at one point I went off by myself.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do that. I don't believe in that. Like I know there's people that do investigate by themselves, you know what I mean? But for me, I always need to have at least one person with me. And then when I say
Yeah.
need, I mean I prefer that, you know.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
Sometimes if they're in the next room, I'll walk off. But I literally went downstairs, to another floor, went away from them so I couldn't. So you know what I mean? And I laid on the floor and I just laid there, and I don't normally do that. So I do think maybe like an energy or a place can maybe um
It might have played itself and trying to come through our living souls. You know what I'm saying? Where that question comes into play. A spirit through a living vessel. And
or divide and conquer.
yeah. And at one point, I remember saying that when Cynthia was talking, like, that was, Augusta, coming through. And I says, well, she doesn't have any power over me. And I said that out loud. You do not have power over me. But, and I told Nate what went on, and he said, that's not good. He says, she likes to fuck with people. And I says, well, so far, so good. I mean, I haven't had anything happen to me since the investigation. But there again, I mean, before I left, I know Lori was probably hearing us talking as throughout the building that we were saying, okay, your spirit, you have to stay here. You cannot follow us where we go. You have to stay here. So we were making rounds to each of the rooms we were, except for the jail because it was already closed. But we made a round saying, you cannot follow us home. You have to stay here. You have to, play with the new investigators that come in here and stuff like that. So we made it abundantly clear that they couldn't follow us home. So, but yeah, at that one point, yeah, the
Well,
jail cell,
but if it's Augusta, she's not leaving.
no, yeah,
She's
I
gonna
mean,
stay there. She'll stay there. That's her place.
Well, yeah, because that's where it is, and that's I was demanding information. I was like, hey, the public needs to know what you know, and this and that, and it was a very intense session I had. So if you go back and watch it when you get time, yeah, it's you could see I probably changed character, and I was different.
I will go back and watch it.
Because
It is.
normally I don't get like that, but I've been to Melver Manor. I've gone off by myself. Sometimes I will go off by myself and just investigate by myself. I mean, that's just me. I do that. And there's a lot of times that the groups that I was with that night, they're like, don't go off by yourself. You should go investigate with at least with somebody because you don't know the place. You don't know what could happen to you. You know. So, and after being in the attic by myself for an hour and a half, I just, you know, yeah. And so, I did not go back up there by myself after that. Someone else came up there with me. But I was, just investigating normally. But yeah, the jail was different for me. Definitely changed character. So,
There's a jail inside the house.
no, I'm saying at the museum I was at
Oh,
Tuesday. Yeah, there is no jail at Malvern.
no. I know you were
No.
talking about Malvern.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's jails at the back end of the house. So there's an upstairs and a downstairs. So, but yeah, I mean, it was different. I was different, you know, and I don't know if that because when I shoved the knife into like the camera, like showing Cynthia that knife, she immediately backed away. Like, oh my god, I can feel stuff off of that. So that has something. It's a trigger object. It has something to it. So I definitely believe that it changed me a little bit. So,
and then you
but
felt different. But you remember feeling different.
I I do. I think I know at some point. I sometimes some things are a blur a little bit to me, but I do think that when I started in there and when I finished, like in between starting and finished, I was different. At some point in time, I was different. I was a
Hmm.
different kind of person. And then we were all done. Then I was like, fine. Like I got out of the jail cell and I was fine. And at that time too, I was planning on doing a solo investigation of maybe turn the lights out and I'll just lay in the jail cell and do it solely, you know. But after that, I kind of 86 that idea.
Yeah. But see, and that's what I'm saying. Like that's why you shouldn't do anything by yourself. Totally,
Yeah.
because you never know. You know, the something might have been manipulating your mind to want to do that.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Want to be by yourself for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I never do anything by myself. But
So when I go back, I think I might be joining up Cat Armstrong and their team on the 13th of August. We'll see. Depending on how many people she's gonna have, because she's like got like 10 people on her team, so she's bringing all 10 with her, and then Nate and Mike are gonna be there as well. Then that's something I probably might back off on because that right there is 12 people.
well, how big is the place?
Um, Square footage wise, oh man, I want to say 2,500 maybe.
There's enough.
Maybe I could be wrong.
Working there is different than doing an investigation and trying to
Yeah,
use an item to conjure up a spirit and this and that. Like it's totally different
yeah,
than
and
trying to communicate and doing things that to provoke, and not in a bad way. I'm just saying doing things to provoke
Yeah, I
or to
mean,
get a reaction. I'll work anywhere by myself. I
mhm.
mean, you know, but
A lot of times I don't provoke, but when I do, if I do it, I do it more tactfully. Like I know in that session, uh, I never did swear at all, so I wasn't being vulgar. You know what I mean? But I was being very
ag-
aggressive.
aggressive, yeah.
Yeah, and
I know that when I went to Penhurst for the first time, I uh, I remember walking into the Mayflower. It's one of the buildings, and I remember feeling really like almost I felt drugged up, giddy.
hmm
I didn't have my balance, and you know what I mean, this and that, and I knew something wasn't right. Like I felt something was right. I'm like, why do I feel this way? And
hmm
so I stepped outside. I started to feel a little bit better. I went back in, same thing. You know.
yeah. So
Um,
it's the building that has your attention and can manipulate how you feel.
However,
I mean, that's what happened with Nate when he was at Eloise Asylum last weekend. This past weekend, I should say. He felt sick to his stomach. I mean, literally sick to his stomach when he walked into that building. I
yeah,
mean, it could happen to anybody. You just don't know what's gonna get you. It's just like Cynthia. She went through Trans Allegheny Lunatic Asylum. When she stepped foot inside that building, she couldn't go any further because it was so heavy. It basically blasted her out of there.
yeah.
She couldn't handle it.
I mean, I did go back in. I mean, I believe in if you go somewhere, and then you have a hard time, you have to try it again.
hmm
But
Get
be
outside,
but
put
be more
barefoot in the
prepared.
grass or whatever you need to do to ground yourself and try it again. Yeah,
Um, but I did find out 6 months after that I had a relative that was a resident of Penhurst.
right. That's what you were saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the sort of thing that, like I said, with this question we have here, I mean, all the things that we just talked about within the last 15, 20 minutes is
Where
it could
did
happen.
I hit it out by accident?
It could happen. I mean, it's just something was coming through our living vessel of our souls and showing itself, saying, "Ha, I'm here. I'm going to try and take over you as to what you're doing."
But that's not rebirth. That would be possession.
That'd be
Or
possession in a way,
not
but
possession,
but it's like
manipulating.
I'm trying to tie it in there. You
Right.
know what I'm
No,
trying to
no,
do.
I hear what you're saying.
But and I do say this can be a tricky question in a way, but it's just it was kind of weird as to how everything transpired that night. Yeah. And the doctor's office wasn't too bad neither. I mean, I actually kind of felt comfortable in the doctor's office. I didn't feel threatened at all in there. And laying on top of the embalming table, that was interesting. That was interesting. And then doing later on in that session, we did the plasma ball. Now that raised energy quite a bit. I mean that I don't know if it pissed off a spirit or not that I had that in there, but two times that night my camera got shut off. Two times. It literally said drain camera. She looked at the camera and it was like almost dead.
Hmm.
And then we come back because then after each investigation we did, we went down, talked to Lori, explained what was going on and how she felt about what we were doing and stuff, and just kind of giving ourselves a little bit of a break. And we came back up in that room, the piano room, and she's like, "Well, look at your camera." I'm like, "Holy crap! It's backed up to half full of battery." So it drained that much what we were doing, and then all of a sudden we were done, camera went back to half full.
No, that's so funny. Are you reading my mind, Lori? I was just going to say, I hope I get to come out that way at some point, because I would love to walk around there and see, because I'm not very sensitive that way. I'm going to get yelled at for that comment by some of my friends because they think I am sensitive, but I don't think I'm that sensitive. So I wonder if I would be able to walk through and, you know what I mean? Just not really, like
Hmm.
just see what happens.
Right. Now, there's this one thing that's still sticking in my head a little bit, and I'm sure Lori could probably tell us. In the child's room upstairs, is there like I don't remember if we had this discussion or not after we're done, but is there like a high EMF somewhere in there? Because I was holding the K2, okay, the digital voice recorder was on the bed, and I was standing. I I held the K2 over top of the doll that she told me to take out of the high chair. It was at a constant 2 over that doll's head. And then when I moved back to the chair, because I had to put a chair up against the doll so it wouldn't fall backwards, then it came to like a 3. And then we went back further to another chair. It can turn into like a 3 and then a 4. So I don't know if I did not do an EMF sweep in that room to see if there's high EMF in that room or not, because I didn't feel it. Okay. Normally, you can feel like yourself walking into a Faraday cage type deal, and you can sense that it can create hallucinations. It can create a whole lot of problems, thinking that something's watching you, stuff like that, or it could even make you sick.
Yeah, but
So
with the EMF meter, I feel like the
K2.
K2 meter.
Yeah, I was using a K2. So I'm just wondering if next time when I go, I'm going to take. I still got to get one. I don't have an EMF meter, but I'm going to run an EMF meter around that room because there's no outlets in that room. Okay. No power except through light switches. Okay. Okay. Yeah, because it was when I went back. Okay. I went back to that second chair. And first chair, I actually went up a little bit with that K2, and it kind of marked out as like a little kid was sitting in that little chair. But when you went back to that second chair and I went up, it was like a 3 to a 4, and I went up as high as I could go. It was almost up to the same height as me. So, and then we went back, and it still was at a constant, 3,
But in
4.
the K2, that's an EMF detector, right? Like, what are you
But
getting 2 and 3 and 4? What is it?
it goes up to 5 lights.
Oh, so
Okay,
you're saying 2 lights, 3 lights?
it went up. Yeah, it went up to 3 to 4
Oh, okay.
lights.
I
Yeah,
wasn't sure what you
and I
guys.
was holding it. I was holding it. When you can just hold it and turn that thing on, the lights won't go off unless something's standing next to you. So it's giving off energy next to you. Or if you got it right next to your phone will set it off. But my phone was in my pocket. I was far away from my pocket. So there's not enough room, and it's being covered. So the K2 won't go off unless
You can
something's
always
with you.
put your phone on airplane mode.
So, but, but it's like it was fine. I mean, it was just like I couldn't. I was dumbfounded by that.
Mhm.
And then we put on the what was I going to say? We put on the light, laser light, to see the laser grid. We put that on. Try to get something to come through it. Couldn't get anything to come through it, but yet there's another spirit in the room that kind of seems like it was behind us,
Mhm.
was trying to mess with us. So that app that I was using Spirit Talker. Let me tell you, that thing was on target with a lot of stuff in that building. So now what we're going to do is going to take that same app, use it in Broadhead, and see if. Hey, how you doing? Nice coming in for the show.
Keep
Um,
calling me carrot cat balls.
yeah.
Best shirt ever. I love it.
But yeah, we're going to take that Spirit Talker app and we're going to try it and test it at Broadhead and see if some of the same names come through. If none of the same names come through, that thing is legit. It works really well because there's a lot of things that came up that made sense to Lori when we were using that Spirit Talker.
What is that? An app?
Yep, it's an app on my phone. It's like an Ovulus.
Okay.
So
I gave my
basic,
Ovilus away.
yeah. See, I want one bad. I like those things.
Sorry, I didn't know.
Well, I know.
I gave mine away.
This is Spirit Talker.
So what
So
that's an app?
it's an app. And you just turn it on. It does a sweep. Like on the very top there, it does a sweep where that red line is.
Mm-hmm.
It goes back and forth, so it does a sweep. And when you ask questions and whatnot, then that big square comes through with whatever word comes out of it. And then the long line there, it tracks all the data that you got from that night. So I can go back to the night and all the words will come up as to what we came out of it.
You tried the necrophonic one?
Oh yeah, I got necrophonic. I have spiritus.
See, I'm not. I would never present anything from any apps or anything like that as evidence. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, if it correlates with what the discussion you're talking about in the room that you're in, then I can correlate. I can use it as
you can.
data.
I would
Yeah.
never do it. Even
Yeah.
if it correlates, because I feel like it's an app. It's man made. It's made for ghost hunting or communicating, and who knows what they did with it. I don't care what they say all day long. They can say that they don't have dictionary in there or whatever. I don't know. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
something that I don't trust. I'll use it. You know, maybe that to just kind of get in the feel. Maybe use it as an entertainment purpose type of a thing. But something like that, I like the
I don't
app.
know. What came out of that was really good and really interesting. So that's why I want to test it out at another location and see the words that we got that night if they show up again at another location. If it shows up again at another location, then this is all for naught. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I like this one. Cynthia uses it, so she likes it too. But the thing is, the difference between this and using an Ovulus, I like to have when Cynthia's around because she can hear spirits. They talk to her and stuff like that. So when she starts talking this and saying what they're saying, then we start having a conversation, and that's what I like because now I can have a conversation through her with that spirit, and then we can go on that way.
Mm-hmm.
And I find that very fascinating. When we were at Melbourne, we had an awesome discussion while using a another device. So, but I do have a new experiment that I'm going to try. I'm going to try using balloons.
They're light enough. It wouldn't
Yep.
take a lot of energy for a spirit to push one.
Push one, pop one. I mean,
However,
yes,
you would have to make sure that the environment was very controlled, like no one
no
was
wind,
walking around,
no
no
fans
wind.
going on. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna get a couple monopoles or mono tripods that I can set up where I can blow up the balloon, tape it on the end there so it stays on there, and then
Although
just
I don't know, I guess don't think that would be because even if are you saying like you're gonna have it like helium or just
no, I'm just gonna get balloons I just blow up on my mouth, and then I'm gonna tie them up, and then I'm gonna take that bottom part of that balloon, and then I'm gonna tape it to the end of my monopod, so
Mhm.
that way they stay there. And they're just floating on top of the monopod, you know. So I'm gonna see because Destination Fear did it once, so
Mhm.
I want to test out their theory and see if it actually works. If they were not, joking around with it and just pop one and just all of a sudden, it was just for a joke. I want to test it and see what actually happens. If one can move, you could tell it to move the right one or move the left one or try to tell them to pop it. You
And
know.
then I mean if I were I would like watch it for a little bit to see the normal natural movements of it because it
Oh
might
yeah,
move in a
I'll have my camcorder on it.
yeah.
You know,
It would have to
and
be
it'll be on the live. I'll have the live on it too.
yeah.
But
For
I
me, it
mean,
would
that's
have to be a
something different. I'm
significant,
trying.
yeah.
Yeah.
To me, it would have to be like a significant movement.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Which I'm sure
It's
you.
like if you walk, like if you say, okay, this is me walking through the balloons. This is what happens when I walk through it.
Right.
Because I'll have one on each side. So if I walk down the middle, it's going to catch my breeze coming past it.
Right. That's a good
So,
idea. But then you do have more body mass than theoretically a spirit would.
hmm
However,
but if you're just sitting there and they're just kind of like a little bit kind of going like this, but then if you say, hey, move the right balloon, and then it starts moving like this as you ask it to,
right.
then you got theory there.
Yeah.
So that's something different. I want to be different. I want to showcase different things on my lives instead of the normal stuff.
Hmm.
So, well, we've been going for almost an hour and a half.
I know.
So, anyhow, I hope everybody liked today's discussion and question. Like I said, if you've got questions that you thought of and never has been asked, send it to my messenger and I'll whip it on here. We'll throw up your question and see how it goes. Sometimes just like today's question can have a lot of discussion and it can go for quite a while. And some questions just stop and are done after half hour, 45 minutes. So it all depends. Anyhow, with that, this weekend, like I said, I've got not much going on. I'm just going to be working in the yard and planting some plants and taking it easy. And then Monday, we have a guest. Her name is Kat Armstrong from Paranormal Exposures. So that'll be fun. And what else?
Yay, cat.
What else? Wednesdays and let's see, Wednesday and Friday we'll have our show again. I'm thinking maybe a Saturday or so. I might just, like I said, go into depth, talk more about the investigation that we did at the museum.
Yeah, I
And
would like to talk about that. That sounded interesting. Maybe if
and
there's a way that you could maybe get some clips from the video and we can.
yeah, I haven't gone through much of the camcorder yet because I'm still going through the digital voice recorders. I did find out that one of my digital voice recorders did not work.
Oh, wow.
So, but I did have a second backup one. So
Oh, that's
I,
good.
I usually have two running. So there is a section while we're in a jail cell that did not match up to any point of the environment that we were there.
Hmm.
So that was interesting. But yeah, we'll talk. Well, I think next week, Wednesday and Friday, maybe we'll just kind of talk a little bit more about the investigation and different viewpoints. And then the 25th of July is not this coming Monday, but the following Monday. There will be no paranormal question day on that Monday because I got asked to be on the Paranormal Pride radio show. So, and that is done by Denise Pridemore and her husband. So that'd be a good time. I met her in Marshalltown. I want to say a year ago. I could be wrong. I think it's a year ago. So that was a lot of fun. Other than that, I've got some guests that I'm lining up a little bit. There is one I'm going to try and work on. And I think, let's see, this one is going to be an alien one. So he's kind of controversial. Now, depending on how this goes, and because I was going to have him on once before, but then things just didn't work out. But R. Keith Andrews, I don't know if you know him.
You saying
So
art?
R, like the letter R.
Uh huh.
Yeah, R. Keith Andrews. So what he has done is he's been abducted by aliens over 1,000 times. So I'm gonna see if I can get him on because I think that'll be interesting. And so And then there's going to be one other person I want to bring on that same night because they're into aliens as well.
Uh-huh.
So she is one half of REP Paranormal. So I'm going to see if I can bring her on as well at the same time as he's on because I want to hear your questions and I want to hear her questions and see what happens and how much of a matchup it is. So,
Whose questions?
well, if you got questions about the alien stuff,
Oh,
and
I'm gonna
then
have 1,000 questions just as many times as he's been abducted. I'm gonna have 1,000 questions for sure.
yeah, and and my friend, she's big into aliens and stuff like that. So I want to get her on at the same time as he's on because with that opportunity of having him on, I want to share that opportunity with her to be on there too and have her talk to him a little bit. So just to pay back the favors of me being on their shows and stuff like that. So do something nice for her and stuff like that. So,
Sure.
but other than that, yeah, that's pretty much all that's going on. What do you got going this weekend? I think I forgot already.
Nothing. I'm supposedly working.
Oh yeah.
That's this weekend, and then Monday the paranormal question of the day, and then Wednesday I have Mike Ricksecker coming on.
Ooh, he's a good one.
Yeah. Did I say Mick or Mike?
Mike.
I did say Mike, right?
Yeah, he said Mike Ricksucker. Yeah,
Why did I think I said
he's
Mick?
just come back. He must have just came back from Ireland.
He did. So Mike Ricksecker will be on Wednesday. So I'm looking forward to that for sure. Last week I had to work late. It doesn't happen that often, and there was a call out. So unfortunately, I couldn't have my guests on. I couldn't do my show. So that sucks. I hate to have to do that, but sometimes, I couldn't leave my boss with all these patients and nobody to do
Mhm.
anything. No, nobody to help out. So I had to. I just had to. So,
Okay.
but she
Okay.
understood. She was
Oh
nice.
yeah, yeah. She's there. Whenever you need her, she'll be there. But did I tell you that I had my COVID shot, my booster shot?
You did?
Yeah, Wednesday I had it.
Oh,
It was
I've already
bad.
had mine.
Yeah. So I had the booster shot. I had this old lady. She's probably about 80 some years old. So I had my daughter with me because she has to have a requirement for going to college and stuff. So she goes over there. She's giving her a shot real nice, and then she comes up to me. And remember seeing those movies like those airplane movies? I forgot those newer kind of like movies that tell the story in the back of what happened in World War II and all that stuff. So they have all these soldiers come through and they get their shots and all their stuff for immunizations. And you see them, or they sit there and it's a boom. It's like a dart. They put them in their arm. That's what that lady did to me. Boom,
Did
dot
it
right in
hurt?
my arm. I'm like, Jesus. I was like, I felt that sucker.
Hmm.
She pulled that out, and I started bleeding down my arm. I'm like, thanks, lady.
Yeah, I
like,
don't know.
I'm
Yeah,
like, you're fired.
yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah, I was dog sick yesterday. I mean, shit.
You
Every
got sick
time,
off the booster? I didn't get sick off the booster.
yeah, the last three, I did. The first two, I had Pfizer.
Yeah, that's who I used the whole time. Even my booster was Pfizer.
Yep, mine was Pfizer too, and all three times I got sick off of it. It felt like I was going through the flu again.
Oh,
It
gosh.
was it was bad. I felt all over yesterday. I'm like, get done with work. I was trying to get out of work early yesterday, and my boss won't let me go. So I'm like, come on.
Oh, that was nice of him.
Yeah. So, yeah, her. But
Her, sorry.
she ended up getting fired yesterday. So,
She did?
yeah.
Well, I'm not laughing. I'm just saying.
So, well, I feel bad for her because it was a dumb way that she got fired. So, and it was nothing to do with me. It was just stupid stuff. So,
Yeah.
alrighty. Well, what? Go ahead.
No, I was just saying. Okay, so I hope you guys. Paranormal Brew Wednesday night. I mean, but BB3 TV has all of the, uh, streaming all the shows. Paranormal Brew. It's just if people want to,
Hmm.
from BB3 TV. But go to BB3 TV for all of the scheduled shows.
Yeah. Yeah. And we haven't done a community chat lately, so maybe we can do one of these weekends again.
Yeah.
So I hope everybody enjoyed today's show. I know we kind of got a little off subject and on subject and off subject, but
Off and
that's
on and
how
on and on. Yeah.
that's how shows go. So, um, anyhow, so for Taryn, I'm Darren. You've been watching the BB3. No, I'm sorry, the Paranormal Brew and
No,
the
I was just
BB3
kidding.
and the BB3 TV network. Also, if you get a chance to run by the MGS Paranormal YouTube channel, please subscribe, like, and share. I greatly appreciate it. And with that, I bid you adieu, and so long, everybody.